ही छायाचित्र प्रदर्शनी अशा दोन्हीचं उद्घाटन माननीय मुख्यमंत्री महोदय आणि माननीय उपमुख्यमंत्री महोदय यांच्या शुभ हस्ते संपन्न झालेला आहे। ग्रंथ प्रदर्शनी तळमजल्यावरच्या मोकळ्या जागेत, छायाचित्र प्रदर्शनी 5व्या मजल्यावरच्या उद्वाहनासमोरच्या मोकळ्या जागेत आयोजित करण्यात आलेली आहे। आपण सर्वांनी या तैलचित्र प्रकाशन सोहळ्यानंतर या दोन्ही ठिकाणी अवश्य भेट द्यावी अशी आग्रहाची विनंती। धन्यवाद।
सर्व मान्यवर उद्घाटन करून आता या ठिकाणी स्थानापन्न झाले आहेत। राष्ट्रगीतांनी आपल्या आजच्या सोहळ्याचा प्रारंभ कृपया सर्वांनी स्थानापन्न झाल्यानंतर उद्घाटन करून ठीक आहे।
सर्व मान्यवरांचं सभागृहात आगमन झालेलं आहे। सर्वांच्या वतीने टाळ्या वाजवून आपण सगळ्यांचं पुन्हा एकदा स्वागत करूया। आजच्या या मंगलमयी सोहळ्याचा प्रारंभ राष्ट्रगीतांनी होतोय। कृपया सर्वांनी उभं राहावं।
So you're looking at these live images coming in from the Maharashtra Vidhan Bhavan, where the portrait of the Shiv Sena Supremo Balasaheb Thackeray, that has been commissioned by the Chief Minister after he came to power, has been unveiled. And what you see on your screens now is a fresh video that has surfaced where a passenger can be seen arguing with the crew. This is on board a SpiceJet flight. Let's dip in to figure out if we can understand this entire confrontation, and also we'll get you more reactions that are coming in.
क्या बोला मैंने? क्या बोला? क्या बोला? आप मेरे बच्ची के बराबर है।
She is crying, literally crying.
हिंदी में बात करो।
समझो यार,
रोई तो ठीक है, नहीं रोना चाहिए।
पार्टिकुलरली इनको नहीं बोला, सबको शांत शी इज क्राइंग यार।
क्या बोला मैंने? क्या बोला? क्या बोला मैं? बैठो। आप मेरे बच्ची के बराबर है।
She is crying, literally crying.
हिंदी में बात करो।
समझो यार,
रोई तो ठीक है, नहीं रोना चाहिए।
पार्टिकुलरली इनको नहीं बोला, सबको शांत शी इज क्राइंग यार।
क्या बोला मैंने? क्या बोला? क्या बोला मैं? बैठो। आप मेरे बच्ची के बराबर है।
She is crying, literally crying.
नहीं, हिंदी में बात करो।
बैठी होती है जगह पे, अगर हो रही होती है। समझो यार,
लड़की
रोई तो ठीक है, ज्यादा नहीं रोना चाहिए। मैंने पार्टिकुलरली इनको नहीं बोला, सबको शांत शी इज क्राइंग यार।
क्या बोला मैंने? क्या बोला? क्या बोला? मुझसे बोला मैं। बैठो। आप मेरे बच्ची के बराबर है।
She is crying, literally crying.
नहीं, हिंदी में बात करो।
बैठी होती है जगह पे, अगर हो रही होती है। समझो यार,
क्या बोला मैंने? क्या बोला? क्या बोला? मुझसे बोला मैं। बैठो। आप मेरे बच्ची के बराबर है।
She is crying, literally crying.
So clearly remember one more instance of unruly passengers that you see there. We'll try and see if we have more details as to how really the DGCA possibly has been notified or what's going on. We shift our focus now to the other big story. This is the battle between the executive and the judiciary. Now the Union Law Minister Kiran Rijiju has said that the system will have to respond as per time. He also says and he underscores that no one should think that the system will not be questioned. Kiran Rijiju also emphasizing the need to have a robust and an independent judiciary at the same point.
गवर्नमेंट और जुडिशरी में बार एंड बेंच और सरकार, हम लोगों के बीच में कोई ऐसा अंतर मुझे दिखाई नहीं देता है। हम लोग सब देश के लिए और लोगों को न्याय दिलाने के लिए सब एक ही जुट काम कर रहे हैं। तो कभी कभी सरकार का जो सोच है और सरकार किस तरीके से न्याय प्रणाली को ठीक करने के लिए, दुरुस्त करने के लिए क्या क्या काम कर रहे हैं, इसका भी जानकारी आम लोगों को तो होना ही चाहिए। लेकिन जुडिशरी में जो लोग रहते हैं और पूरे के पूरे जो लीगल फ्रेटर्निटी है, इनको तो जानकारी रखना आवश्यकता है। और मैं मानता हूं कि हमको भी जो सरकार में है, खास करके जो सरकार चलाते हैं, हम लोगों को तो और भी ज्यादा जानकारी होना चाहिए कि आपका जरूरत क्या है, आपके लिए सरकार क्या करना चाहिए। हमारा देश एक बहुत ही वाइब्रेंट देश है, जो एक डेमोक्रेटिक तरीके से भी आप देखा जाए या पॉलिटिकल दृष्टि से भी देखा जाए तो एक सक्सेसफुल डेमोक्रेसी आप माना जा सकता है। गवर्नमेंट और जुडिशरी में बार एंड बेंच और सरकार, हम लोगों के बीच में कोई ऐसा अंतर मुझे दिखाई नहीं देता है। हम लोग सब देश के लिए और लोगों को न्याय दिलाने के लिए सब एक ही जुट काम कर रहे हैं। तो कभी कभी सरकार का जो सोच है और सरकार किस तरीके से न्याय प्रणाली को ठीक करने के लिए, दुरुस्त करने के लिए क्या क्या काम कर रहे हैं, इसका भी जानकारी आम लोगों को तो होना ही चाहिए। लेकिन जुडिशरी में जो लोग रहते हैं और पूरे के पूरे जो लीगल फ्रेटर्निटी है, इनको तो जानकारी रखना आवश्यकता है। और मैं मानता हूं कि हमको भी जो सरकार में है, खास करके जो सरकार चलाते हैं, हम लोगों को तो और भी ज्यादा जानकारी होना चाहिए कि आपका जरूरत क्या है, आपके लिए सरकार क्या करना चाहिए। हमारा देश एक बहुत ही वाइब्रेंट देश है, जो एक डेमोक्रेटिक तरीके से भी आप देखा जाए या पॉलिटिकल दृष्टि से भी देखा जाए तो एक सक्सेसफुल डेमोक्रेसी आप माना जा सकता है।
There is a fear amongst the Indian who are living here in Melbourne because they go to the temple, they worship. Some people go every morning, and as Arjun mentioned, so one of the person who go early morning every day, he was in fear because he don't live inside. He has to go inside. He has to go to the temple in the morning, and the kind of situation he's going through now after looking at these slogans, because nobody think about these kind of slogan and these kind of hatred on a religious place, because people go there for peace, and just to devote. So nobody expected these kind of behavior, but definitely Hindu community is saddened and shocked with these kind of vandalism act by these Khalistani or whoever is doing it. Definitely authorities, as Arjun mentioned, he already reached out to them, and they will be starting the investigation, collecting CCTV footages, and try to get deep into it to catch those culprits.
And our next story in the broadcast is coming in from Kerala, where the government now has confiscated the properties of PFI workers after being literally pulled up by the High Court multiple times. Now, Republic also has accessed full details of these properties of the PFI now that have been confiscated by the Kerala government. We are putting out those details. Also, we'll have Ashwin, who will tell us more of how the court is going to be listening into the entire matter. The court will be hearing the entire matter now tomorrow.
That this government and CPM is having illicit connection with the extremist forces from the majority community as well as the minority community. The PFI? Yeah, PFI, they have connection. That is why even after the court declared that all the properties of this person should be confiscated, government was not ready to initiate the proceedings. Then the court insisted and summoned the government officials to the court. Then only they were ready to initiate the proceedings. That is why there was some connection with these people.
So you just heard that reaction also coming in. Like I said, these are properties that belong to PFI workers. The Kerala government there being forced to act, literally being forced to act by what the court has said. The court has reiterated that multiple times. They have been instructed to take action against these people and the properties that they have. But it's only after a lot of pulling up that has happened by the court that is going to be hearing the entire matter now, tomorrow, that we will be looking at some bit of action. Ashwin, I'm told, is joining us also on the broadcast. You know, Ashwin, I fail to understand why should any government be literally nudged by the court multiple times to take action? Because, you know, PFI is against the country. We've seen multiple attempts by them to not just spread fear, panic, and also indulge in a lot of illegal activities. Why has the Kerala government been there giving the PFI workers allegedly a long rope?
Well, Deepthi, this is a political question that has often been asked by the people in Kerala. We have seen when the PFI was banned, we heard the Chief Minister also stating that the police should not go out in excess to control PFI, followed by which an hartal was called on September 23rd, and which led to massive violence across Kerala, across all the 14 districts. And the government then came out with a figure that 5.2 crore worth of public goods have been damaged. Now, it's been 4 months and the government was very hesitant to take action against the illegal hartal and its office bearers of the now banned Popular Front of India. Now, the court finally had to come down very hard against it, in fact, multiple times, so much so that the court even asked the additional chief secretary, Mr. Venu, to be present in the court. And we also saw the additional chief secretary giving an unconditional apology to the court, stating that they have not done their job. And then they, in fact, asked for an extension to January 15th. Even that was also not done. Finally, the court again came down heavily, stating that the last date for you is on January 23rd. And in a record 48 hours, Deepthi, in a record 48 hours, 248 properties were seized by the Kerala High Court across 14 districts. The maximum number of seizure has happened in Malappuram district. 126 properties have been seized. All this was done in 48 hours by the same Kerala government, which was dilly-dallying for almost 4 months.
All right, Ashwin, it's a big story and we'll track that closely. For the moment, thank you. Now, this is the first reaction, official one, that's coming in from the Congress party on the absolutely condemnable comments that have come in from Digvijay Singh. You read this tweet from the handle of Jairam Ramesh. He says, and I quote now, "The views expressed by senior leader Digvijay Singh," he says, "are his own, do not reflect the position of the Congress." He goes on to say surgical strikes were carried out before 2014 by the UPA government. The Congress has supported and will continue to support all military actions that are in the national interest, unquote. So the first reaction there coming in from Jairam Ramesh, who as expected is distancing itself from the comment that have been made by Digvijay Singh. But the questions to ask, is this good enough? What about an apology then? Will there be action against Digvijay Singh for the kind of comment that he's made, for the kind of insult that he's heaped on our armed forces? We'll also try and see if we have a reaction coming in to that story. And for the moment, the Congress party just saying we have nothing to do with what Digvijay Singh has said. He's made that comment in personal capacity. Clearly, the Congress there on the back foot with that comment that has been criticized, and rightly so, across the country. Jairam Ramesh says that the views expressed by senior leader Digvijay Singh are his own, do not reflect the position of the Congress party. He says surgical strikes were carried out before 2014 by the UPA government. Again, many would say that this is again a statement that can be contested, considering that there haven't been records that have come in of any surgical strikes that happened before 2014. And is the Congress there guilty of obfuscating the entire issue? He then goes on to say that the Congress has supported and will continue to support all military actions that are in the national interest, unquote. Abhishek joining us on the phone line, and he has more insight into this comment that has been made. You know, Abhishek, we've seen the kind of politics that continues to play out. Digvijay Singh, a senior leader of the Congress party, clearly in the know of why he is making a comment, from where he is making that comment, and now for the Congress party to say that, listen, this is a comment that was made in his personal capacity. Isn't that just plain simple convenient? What about the action then against him?
Well, it is hoped that some action follows, Deepthi. This is the first stage where you're seeing clarification for the first time, perhaps, because remember, this is not the first time, in fact, that Digvijay Singh questioned surgical strikes. Even the Congress party itself did that. I think they have done it officially by way of press conferences before Jairam Ramesh took over as communications head. And now, if they are officially distancing themselves by claiming that these are the views of Digvijay Singh and not necessarily of the Congress party, and that they support the military action, I think this should amount as a course correction. But having said that, as we have been discussing, it might just be in the Congress party's thought process. It might be wired into the thought process of the Congress party that they have to question the government at every stage, even if they have to push the envelope a bit and get the forces embroiled in these kind of controversies. So avoidable comments made, unfortunate comments made, and now the Congress party perhaps just tactically distancing itself from Digvijay Singh.
Yes. Absolutely. Abhishek, we'll just connect with you live, and let me just recall, as far as my memory serves me right, I think right from Digvijay Singh to Kapil Sibal, who was then a Congress Neta, to Mehbooba Mufti, P. Chidambaram, Navjot Singh Sidhu, Manish Tiwari, Randeep Singh Surjewala. So the list is long. But now for the Congress party to go on to say that this is a comment that has been made by Digvijay Singh in his personal capacity, and we continue to stand with our forces, we support them. We say this is not good enough, because if you actually do and you respect the kind of sacrifices that have been put in by our armed forces, you have to act against the man called Digvijay Singh, who says that how were these Jawans killed? There is no knowledge of that fact, he said. He said there is no proof. Where is the proof of the surgical strike is what the Congress party again and again has reiterated. And Abhishek, as I come back to you, I was just recalling the N number of Congress netas, right from a Navjot Singh Sidhu to a P. Chidambaram to Randeep Singh Surjewala to Manish Tiwari. The list is really long, Abhishek, and there hasn't been any action. So the Congress party is running with the hare, hunting with the hound, trying to say that this is a comment that has been made by Digvijay Singh in his personal capacity. We are with our forces. But if you are with our forces, Abhishek, the question the Congress should then answer is why not act against Digvijay Singh? Why don't you pull him up? Why don't you make him apologize?
And look at the irony, Deepthi. The fact that someone like a Rajiv Shukla claimed that even the Congress party did surgical strikes, and you know, the only difference between earlier ones and this one were that India wanted to make a statement and in fact warned the world community that we are serious enough to be escalating it, and that's why you really need to restrain terror emanating from Pakistan. You have to end your double standards. So it was a message as much to Pakistan and the terror machine on their soil as was to the rest of the world, to the global community, to really come round to the table and stop this whataboutery around terror, indulging in, you know, what is good terror, what is bad terror, finding out definition of terror. For God's sake, if you kill soldiers in this manner, you better get a test of your medicine right on your soil. So that was a statement made by India by going public with the surgical strikes, first in the case of Uri in 2016 and then of course the Balakot strikes, very public in 2019 post Pulwama. For the Congress party, and remember, in the case of Digvijay Singh, it was not just about surgical strikes. He has questioned Mumbai terror attacks. He has tried to give a spin in a manner that helps Pakistan. In fact, the Pakistani propaganda machinery picked up whatever Digvijay Singh said on saffron terror and connecting it with the 2611, lock, stock and barrel, and turned it into some sort of anti-India narrative. Tried to do that, of course, did not succeed. So in that sense, I think it's highly irresponsible for Digvijay Singh to be continuing to do this to the detriment of the morale of our armed forces and at the very least to be politicizing something which has traditionally had bipartisan consensus.
And, you know, Abhishek, not just that, if you don't jog your memory that far, you know, Rahul Gandhi, I mean, we all recall what he said, कि हमारे जवान पिट रहे हैं. That's what he said. Was there any action? Was there any apology? Was there any proof provided to establish, you know, that statement that again many say was just a political statement that was made to bring down the government and again to hit out at our armed forces? Abhishek, we'll track that story very closely. For the moment, thank you for getting us all the insight. On the other side, it is another major war that's brewing. This is for the legacy of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. As the Prime Minister and the government there go on to also honor about 21 PVCs on the unnamed Andaman Islands, Mamata Banerjee says this is all political.
News in brief, in what seems to be a big boost, in what has come as a big boost for the Indian Navy, a 5th Kalvari class submarine of the Indian Navy has been commissioned. It has been indigenously built. INS Wagir can be deployed both closer to the shore as well as mid-ocean. Prime Minister Modi virtually inaugurated a model of a proposed memorial dedicated to Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose in Andaman and Nicobar Islands to commemorate the freedom fighters' 126th birth anniversary. In a shocking incident, a third Hindu temple was vandalized within 15 days with Hindu hate and pro-Khalistan graffiti in Melbourne's Albert Park. The ISKCON temple, also known as Hare Krishna Temple, is a well-known center of the Bhakti Yoga movement in Melbourne. The temple management found the walls of the revered temple vandalized with hate graffiti. Yet another mishap took place in the metro premises in Bengaluru. A metro barricade fell on a car that was passing by this area. While the car was completely damaged, no injuries were reported. The incident took place at Dodinaldi junction in Bengaluru. A verbal brawl took a violent turn in a bar in Bengaluru after a customer was thrashed with sticks and rods by attendants. The incident took place in the Manjunath Nagar area of Bengaluru. The victim alleged that the cops initially refused to file a complaint, citing it was only a bar brawl. 3 people died after allegedly drinking spurious liquor in Siwan's Bihar. 7 people are undergoing treatment. The cause of the death would be ascertained only after the autopsy report is complete. After meeting Annamalai at BJP's state headquarters in Chennai, OPS, speaking to Republic, said that the meeting was regarding the discussion on the by-election, further adding that they had given the undue support to BJP and that all decisions would be collectively taken. As India celebrates the 126th birth anniversary of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, Union Sports Minister Anurag Thakur said that the British were afraid of Netaji, further adding that any freedom fighter took birth in India and that many freedom fighters took birth in India and that if our land could be free from the The Delhi Traffic Police has issued a traffic advisory in view of Republic Day. The Delhi Traffic Police has issued a traffic advisory in view of Republic Day parade. A full dress rehearsal that will take place today is taking place today as the country gears up for the celebrations. 23 tableaus, including 17 from states and union territories and 6 from ministries and departments, will roll down the Kartavya Path during the Republic Day parade on 26th of January.
भारत के प्रधानमंत्री जी की ये पहल कि अंडमान निकोबार द्वीप समूह के
These kind of incidents, especially in Australia, where multicultural and everybody respect everybody religion, doesn't matter. There are hundreds of countries, people living here, and they're not taking it positively. I tried to talk to one of the even Australian, even he mentioned like these kind of activities are definitely not acceptable, and police need to investigate this thoroughly.
जम्मू कश्मीर के नरवाल इलाके में ट्विन ब्लास्ट होना और इस ब्लास्ट में 9 लोगों का घायल होना जो अपने आप में बड़े सवाल उठाता है। एनआईए की टीम इस वक्त आगे वाले स्पॉट पर है जहां पर पहला ब्लास्ट हुआ था और इस जगह पर पहला ब्लास्ट और हम जहां पर इस वक्त मौजूद हैं इस जगह पर दूसरा ब्लास्ट हुआ था। एनआईए की टीम इस लोकेशन को जो है वो पूरी तरह से यहां पर जांच पड़ताल के बाद अब आगे बढ़ी है। 26 जनवरी से पहले ये बड़ा चैलेंजिंग है कि अब आगे इस तरह की स्थितियां कहीं और न बिगड़े। ऐसे में एलजी की ये बैठक भी अपने आप में बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है जो तमाम उच्च अधिकारियों के साथ ये बैठक करने वाली है।
Thank you for joining us on Republic TV. I'm Niranjan, and there are 2 stories today, and these are our biggest stories tonight. Usually we pick one story and we focus on one story, but we just couldn't help but look at the contrast of those 2 stories. Now, this is the story of the Congress party asking for proof of the surgical strikes on a day when this story of India naming 21 unnamed islands in Andaman and Nicobar after our bravest, after 21 Paramveer Chakra awardees. Now, on a day when we've done this, Congress party asks our forces, our brave hearts, for proof of surgical strike. Here are the headlines. The Vadra Congress party, not for the first time, wants sabut of the surgical strikes. Digvijay Singh claims Pulwama conspiracy. He questions circumstances under which the Pulwama attack took place, raises questions on forces, but there's no apology yet. Lambasted across the country, the Vadra Congress tries to distance from Digvijay Singh, sensing the embarrassment of the Sabut Yatra. It's turning out to be a Sabut Yatra. Their prince is in Jammu and Kashmir, and they can't believe what's just happened. "21 islands, unnamed islands in Andaman and Nicobar, given a name. They are named after India's bravest, after 21 Paramveer Chakra awardees." There's a big fight on Netaji legacy on Parakram Divas. And among the many speeches made, those who conspired against Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose called out. There is an unprecedented crisis in Pakistan. It's not just limited to food or fuel. There's a power outage. They don't know what's hit them. Power outage across Pakistan. It's a huge crisis. Tribute to Balasaheb Thackeray live in Mumbai. We're getting you the images in a short while from now. Ladies and gentlemen, on Parakram Divas, the Prime Minister addressed the nation, and 21 unnamed islands were named after 21 of our heroes, Bravehearts, Paramveer Chakra awardees. Those are the pictures from earlier today when the Union Home Minister, who is in Port Blair, named these islands after the Paramveer Chakra awardees. In fact, let's get you the names of our heroes as we honored the bravest. Their names and the name of the islands that have been named after them. Major Somnath Sharma, an island called Somnath Island, now in Andaman and Nicobar. Subedar, an honorary captain, then Lance Naik Karam Singh Island being named. Second Lieutenant Rama Raghobe Rane Island has been named. Nayak Jadunath Singh, Jadunath Island, now in Andaman and Nicobar. Company Havaldar Major Piru Singh, Piru Island in Andaman and Nicobar. Captain G.S. Salaria Island has been named today. Lieutenant Colonel then Major Dan Singh Thapa, Dan Singh Island being named. Subedar Joginder Singh, Joginder Island being named today. Major Shaitan Singh Island being named. Lieutenant Colonel Tarapur Island being named. Lance Naik Albert Ekka Island. Major Hoshiar Island has been named after him. Ketrapal Island after Second Lieutenant Arun Ketrapal. Ramaswamy Island after Major Ramaswamy Parameswaran. Bana Island after Naib Subedar Bana Singh. Batra Island after Captain Vikram Batra. Lieutenant Manoj Kumar Pandey Island being named after him. Sanjay Island named after Subedar Major then Rifleman Sanjay Kumar, and Yogendra Island named after Subedar Major retired honorary Captain Grenadier Yogendra Singh Yadav.
इक्कीसवीं सदी का ये समय देख रहा है कि कैसे जिन नेताजी सुभाष को आजादी के बाद भुला देने का प्रयास हुआ, आज देश उन्हीं नेताजी को पल पल याद कर रहा है। अंडमान में जिस जगह नेताजी ने सबसे पहले तिरंगा फहराया था, वहां आज गगनचुंबी तिरंगा आजाद हिंद फौज के पराक्रम का गुणगान कर रहा है। पूरे देश में और देश के कोने कोने से जब लोग यहां आते हैं तो समंदर किनारे लहराते तिरंगों को देखकर उनके दिलों में देशभक्ति का रोमांच भर जाता है। अब अंडमान में उनकी याद में जो म्यूजियम और स्मारक बनने जा रहा है, वो अंडमान की यात्रा को और भी स्मरणीय बनाएगा। उनके जन्म दिवस को पराक्रम दिवस के रूप में घोषित किया गया। यानी बंगाल से लेकर दिल्ली और अंडमान तक देश का ऐसा कोई हिस्सा नहीं है जो नेताजी को नमन न कर रहा हो, उनकी विरासत को संजो न रहा हो।
Joining us on this special broadcast is Meghana Girish. Meghana Girish is the mother of Major Akshay Girish, who was among 7 soldiers killed in a terror attack on an army camp in Agrota, Jammu and Kashmir in November 2016. Thank you for joining us, Meghana ji, on Republic TV today, a very special day. First of all, wanted to get your thoughts and views on the initiative to name these islands after India's heroes on a very special day.
Thank you for having me, Niranjan. It is a very special day, and my feeling is of great pride and joy. We know that our Paramveers are, the biggest heroes that independent India has seen. And of course, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose being the inspirational soldier for all our Paramveers and all soldiers other than them as well. And, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, we had visited many years ago. And at that time, it was Ross Island, which I know has been renamed as Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose Island. There are so many other unnamed islands. And to have our 21 Paramveers, have their own dweeps, like I said, they are our Deepaks, and to have their own dweeps, I think it's a matter of pride for all Indians. These will remain forever and ever. And whoever visits will want to know more about them. Want to know more about valor and courage and sacrifice to keep India independent and safe. So it's a great initiative.
Yeah, and do you think this is much needed now? I mean, you're seeing these things happen now, but it's a trend that hasn't been seen before. And without getting into the politics of it, do you appreciate, as the mother of one of India's biggest heroes, you lost your son. He died fighting for India. Do you think our heroes are being recognized more today than before?
I know for sure that my son, since he was a child, was inspired by some of these heroes. And it's important to never forget a brave legacy. If it is happening recently, I think even Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose himself was like, not given the kind of importance earlier than he has been given maybe in the last few years. And recently when I went to Delhi, it was wonderful to see his statue, at the India Gate. And I think it's a very fitting tribute on his Jayanti to name other islands also after very brave soldiers of ours.
Yeah. And one last question, Meghana ji, when I started the show this evening, it's a very special day. In fact, when we walked into the newsroom this morning, when I walked in, we saw that the Prime Minister was getting ready. The 21 islands were being named. And immediately after that, we saw a comment by a leader of a party. On a very special day, when we are honoring our brave hearts, there are some who ask for proof of surgical strikes, proof of precision strikes. Now, without getting into the politics of it, I won't take names. What is your message, or what goes on in your mind when you hear such comments play out in the media?
Pain, anger, because I don't think any patriot should question the courage and valor of our forces. And when the DGMO himself came out to announce the surgical strike, and later also the Balakot strike, when all the 3 chiefs announced it, what is there to doubt? Do we doubt our senior-most soldiers who are saying that they've done something? And they have come out with details. So I think for anybody, politician or otherwise, no one questions the soldiers, the way somehow I have seen them being questioned in our country. Did American opposition leaders, for example, ask for proof of Osama bin Laden's burial or killing or whatever it is? I don't think this is done. If we believe in the bravery and sacrifices of our soldiers, I think these things should not be debated. Honestly, I think it's it is painful and it takes away. It's demoralizing, I'm sure.
Well, absolutely. Well, we'll speak again. Meghana Girish ji, thank you for taking the time out and joining us on this special day here on Republic TV. Thank you very much.
Thank you and Jai Hind.
Jai Hind. Going on to our next story, and the reason I asked that question to Meghana Girish towards the end of my conversation was because of this. We conducted the surgical strikes in 2016. And after the surgical strike, there were a few political parties, a few leaders came out and asked for proof, saying, where is the proof that we conducted a surgical strike? And India showed proof of that surgical strike. In fact, the proof came out much later. I think it was in 2018, and Republic TV put out the proof. In fact, let's show you what was the proof that we put out. Let's show you the videos, because there were several videos of the 2016 surgical strike which were accessed by Republic TV. Let's go through the videos one by one. I will detail out the videos as broadcast on Republic TV. The 4 videos on Republic TV one by one. Let me show you what we revealed. One after the other. There were 4 videos. 4 videos. Screen video 1. Let's show the screen video 1 of the strike proof. And that video shows target 1. That's the video. Target 1. That shows that head-mounted camera shot. It's a head-mounted camera shot. It shows 2 terrorists. It shows 4 Pakistani armed men that was also spotted on camera. Look very closely. These are all a part of the same first video. Rocket launchers and anti-bunker missiles were used. The Pakistani terror camp was demolished in 8 strikes. This was target 1. And that entire video was captured on camera. The surgical strike, as it happened, was captured on camera. Let's show you video 2, the target 2 that was taken down. There were 4 targets. This was the second target. Proof of the surgical strikes as put out by Republic in 2018, which all of the channels, by the way, followed a few days later. They were trying to scramble to get this video, and they got it much, much later. This is a head-mounted cam footage once again, showing a terror bunker, showing a ball of fire. Thermal imaging camera then captures the strike blow by blow. This was a head-mounted camera by one of our brave hearts who was a part of that operation, Para Forces. Now let me show you target 3. Target number 3. This is target number 3. Captured on camera once again. A still picture captures 4 terrorists in a hilly terrain. 4 terrorists were captured outside a Pakistani terror bunker. And this is where we carried out the strike. Thermal imaging later on in this sequence shows a strike on a Pakistani bunker, exactly where those 4 Pakistani terrorists were spotted. Let's show you target number 4 right now. Target number 4. Thermal imaging showing 5 armed terrorists. 5 armed terrorists are seen in this thermal imaging video, showing 4 strikes on 5 terrorists. You can see that there were strikes one after the other. They were brought down in a surgical strike. They were brought down one after the other. Shows all 5 terrorists were eliminated after seconds. That was the precision, the surgical strike. It's called a surgical strike for a reason. Not just that, these same people, the same parties, also ask you questions about the Balakot strike. Let's show you details of the Balakot strike if I have that up. Or before that, let me play out what Digvijay Singh said. Here's what Digvijay Singh said, the Congress leader, whose comment has embarrassed not just his own party, has embarrassed the country, that we as a country can't even defend, trust our forces who lay down their lives. What a shame. This is what he said. Take a listen. This is what Digvijay Singh said earlier.
पुलवामा की घटना हुई, 40 से ज्यादा हमारे सीआरपीएफ के लोग मारे गए। क्यों मारे गए? सीआरपीएफ के लोगों ने, डायरेक्टर ने मांग की थी कि ये सेंसिटिव जोन है, इन सीआरपीएफ के जवानों को हवाई जहाज से श्रीनगर से दिल्ली भेजा जाए। लेकिन मोदी जी ने मना कर दिया। क्यों मना कर दिया? पुलवामा, जो कि पूरे तरीके से टेररिज्म का एक केंद्र बन चुका है, वहां हर गाड़ी की चेकिंग होती है। वहां एक स्कॉर्पियो गाड़ी उल्टी दिशा से आती है, उसकी जांच पड़ताल क्यों नहीं हुई? और जांच पड़ताल भी नहीं हुई, और उसके बाद वो आके टकराती है और हमारे 40 सीआरपीएफ के जवान शहीद हो जाते हैं। आज तक उस घटना की जानकारी ना संसद में उन्होंने पेश की, ना जनता के सामने रखी। सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक की बात करते हैं कि हमने इतने लोग मार गिराए, लेकिन प्रमाण कुछ नहीं, केवल झूठ का पुलिंदा से ये राज कर रहे हैं।
Biggest liars in the Vadra Congress. You just heard him. He says there is no proof of surgical strike, and we just showed you the videos. And these are videos that were shot by men who were in action on Pakistani territory and who gunned down, brought down those Pakistani terrorists on Pakistani soil. It was called a surgical strike. We showed you the 4 targets. Now let's talk about the Balakot strike, which the Congress party also claims there's no proof of. Look at that video. These were pictures and proof that we put out in 2019 after the Balakot strike. It was a precision strike, 100% successful. Jets, our fighter jets went into Pakistani soil. They went into Pakistani airspace, fired the Spice Jet missiles that struck down the terror camps. This is the final proof of the airstrike as put out by Republic TV. The Israeli Spice 2000 missiles were used in this strike. It's never seen before technology that shows 100% precision strike carried out. Structures were destroyed. Impact also seen in the pictures that were seen. The satellite images, mounds on these pictures indicating that bodies were buried. Pakistani army vehicles were also spotted. Debris, destruction, all of which was spotted in these videos. Take a look at it. And that was the Balakot surgical strike. In fact, the BJP even held a news conference today, so we'll just play out what the BJP said. The BJP held a news conference to question what Digvijay Singh tried to do today. In fact, they said that Congress party is a serial offender when it comes to making such comments, and they're not wrong. They're not wrong because when you look at the history of what the Congress party has done in the past, Chidambaram, the former finance minister, said that they wanted the video to be released. This is after the surgical strike. And the video was released, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, let's go back to the videos of the surgical strike. Let's show you the surgical strike videos. The videos were released, and I'm just going to put out the surgical strike videos of target 1, 2, 3, 4. These are all videos that were released deliberately to silence people like Chidambaram, who said that he wanted the video to be released. Sanjay Nirupam, then of the Congress, even now of the Congress party, of course, but he said don't want a fake surgical strike. Some even called it a farcical strike. Digvijay Singh had then also, back then, claimed surgical strike was a false claim. Sandeep Dixit called it drama of surgical strike not working. Arun Shauri, not in the picture anymore, called it farcical strike. Rahul Gandhi made a Khoon ki dalali comment back then, and we all remember all these comments that were made, and exactly to shut down people like that, these videos were put out. And it's such a shame that 2016 the strike takes place, 2018 the videos come out, there are proofs available in the public domain, and in the year 2023, almost 5 years after the proof was put out by Republic TV, people like Digvijay Singh have the courage to go out there in public and lie. What a bunch of liars. Here's what the BJP said earlier today.
जो अभी कांग्रेस पार्टी के वरिष्ठ नेता हैं दिग्विजय सिंह, उनका एक आपत्तिजनक बयान सभी चैनल पे चल रहा है और बड़े भारी मन से यह कहना पड़ रहा है कि कांग्रेस पार्टी का चरित्र भारत जोड़ो यात्रा तो नाम की है, भारत को तोड़ने का कार्य स्वयं राहुल गांधी और तमाम कांग्रेस के नेता उनके इशारे पर कर रहे हैं। सुर्खियों में बने रहने के लिए गैर जिम्मेदाराना बयान देना यह कांग्रेस पार्टी का चरित्र है। लेकिन आप भारतीय सेना के खिलाफ बोलेंगे, ये भारत बर्दाश्त नहीं करेगा। ये भी सब जानते हैं कि आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी से राहुल गांधी और कांग्रेस पार्टी को नफरत है, लेकिन श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी से नफरत करते करते ऐसा प्रतीत होता है कि राहुल गांधी और दिग्विजय सिंह अब अंधे हो गए हैं। उनको अपनी जिम्मेदारी का एहसास भी अब नहीं है। देश के लिए भक्ति भाव भी जो है वो समाप्त हो गया है।
And that fight continues. It's also our top focus tonight at 9 p.m. as Arnab debates the Sabut Gang Yatra. That's what it's turned out to be, isn't it? As Rahul Gandhi's Yatra reaches Jammu and Kashmir, in Jammu and Kashmir, where our brave hearts laid down their lives in Pulwama, they want proof of the surgical strike. What a shame. Taking a short break, that's a debate at 9 p.m. as well. Non-stop anti-army positions by the Vadra Congress. There's shock as the Vadra Congress mirrors a Pakistan line. Does Vadra Congress believe in the Pakistan line on the surgical strikes? Debating tonight at 9 p.m.
भारत के प्रधानमंत्री जी की ये पहल कि अंडमान निकोबार द्वीप समूह के 21 बड़े द्वीपों को हमारे परमवीर चक्र विजेताओं के नाम के साथ जोड़कर उनकी स्मृति को जब तक ये पृथ्वी रहेगी तब तक चिरंजीव करने का ये प्रयास मैं मानता हूं तीनों सेनाओं के लिए बहुत बड़ा उत्साहवर्धन करने वाला है। आज पराक्रम दिन है, नेताजी की 123वीं जयंती है। इस कार्यक्रम के साथ साथ जहां पर नेताजी रहे थे वो सुभाष द्वीप पर आज उनका स्मारक बनाने का भी निर्णय किया गया है। ये दोनों कार्यक्रम, ये दोनों निर्णय देश के प्रधानमंत्री के निर्णय अंडमान निकोबार को फिर से एक बार अंडमान निकोबार द्वीप समूह को स्वतंत्रता की स्मृतियों के साथ समग्र देश के साथ जोड़ने वाले निर्णय है और मैं इसका बहुत बहुत मन से स्वागत करता हूं।
News in brief, in what seems to be a big boost, in what has come as a big boost for the Indian Navy, a 5th Kalvari class submarine of the Indian Navy has been commissioned. It has been indigenously built. INS Wagir can be deployed both closer to the shore as well as mid-ocean. Prime Minister Modi virtually inaugurated a model of a proposed memorial dedicated to Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose in Andaman and Nicobar Islands to commemorate the freedom fighters' 126th birth anniversary. In a shocking incident, a third Hindu temple was vandalized within 15 days with Hindu hate and pro-Khalistan graffiti in Melbourne's Albert Park. The ISKCON temple, also known as Hare Krishna Temple, is a well-known centre of the Bhakti Yoga movement in Melbourne. The temple management found the walls of the revered temple vandalized with hate graffiti. Yet another mishap took place in the metro premises in Bengaluru. A metro barricade fell on a car that was passing by this area. While the car was completely damaged, no injuries were reported. The incident took place at Dodinaldi junction in Bengaluru. A verbal brawl took a violent turn in a bar in Bengaluru after a customer was thrashed with sticks and rods by attendants. The incident took place in the Manjunath Nagar area of Bengaluru. The victim alleged that the cops initially refused to file a complaint, citing it was only a bar brawl. 3 people died after allegedly drinking spurious liquor in Siwan's Bihar. 7 people are undergoing treatment. The cause of the death would be ascertained only after the autopsy report is complete. After meeting Annamalai at BJP's state headquarters in Chennai, OPS, speaking to Republic, said that the meeting was regarding the discussion on the by-election, further adding that they had given the undue support to BJP and that all decisions would be collectively taken. As India celebrates the 126th birth anniversary of Netaji Subhash Chandra
Wrestling for 2 days after Union Sports Minister Anurag Thakur announced the stepping down of the WFI chief Brij Bhushan Sharan, Anurag Thakur made another big announcement. Thakur said that boxing champ MC Maricom will lead a 5-member oversight committee that will probe sexual harassment charges against Wrestling Federation of India President Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh. The government-appointed committee will also run through the day-to-day affairs of the WFI for the next 1 month. The other members of the panel are Olympic medalist wrestler Yogeshwar Dutt, former badminton player and Mission Olympic Cell member Trupti Margunde, ex-top CEOs Rajagopalan and former SAI Executive Director teams Radhika Shriman. Thakur had decided to form the committee on Saturday following a 3-day sit-in protest by some of the country's top wrestlers including Vinesh Fogart, Bajrang Punia, Sakshi Malik and Ravi Dahiya against WFI and Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
QS and THE, the world's foremost university rankings organizations, have ranked Amity amongst the top 3% universities globally, making it among the very few Indian universities to be included in both rankings. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
आग को फैलने से रोकना मुश्किल है पर नामुमकिन नहीं। अब फायरवॉल टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम आग से बचाए।
News in brief, in what seems to be a big boost, in what has come as a big boost for the Indian Navy, a 5th Kalvari class submarine of the Indian Navy has been commissioned. It has been indigenously built. INS Wagir can be deployed both closer to the shore as well as mid-ocean. Prime Minister Modi virtually inaugurated a model of a proposed memorial dedicated to Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose in Andaman and Nicobar Islands to commemorate the freedom fighters' 126th birth anniversary. In a shocking incident, a 3rd Hindu temple was vandalized within 15 days with Hindu hate and pro-Khalistan graffiti in Melbourne's Albert Park. The ISKCON temple, also known as Hare Krishna Temple, is a well-known centre of the Bhakti Yoga movement in Melbourne. The temple management found the walls of the revered temple vandalised with hate graffiti. Yet another mishap took place in the metro premises in Bengaluru. A metro barricade fell on a car that was passing by this area. While the car was completely damaged, no injuries were reported. The incident took place at Dodinaldi junction in Bengaluru. A verbal brawl took a violent turn in a bar in Bengaluru after a customer was thrashed with sticks and rods by attendants. The incident took place in the Manjunath Nagar area of Bengaluru. The victim alleged that the cops initially refused to file a complaint, citing it was only a bar brawl. 3 people died after allegedly drinking spurious liquor in Siwan's Bihar. 7 people are undergoing treatment. The cause of the death would be ascertained only after the autopsy report is complete. After meeting Annamalai at BJP's state headquarters in Chennai, OPS, speaking to Republic, said that the meeting was regarding the discussion on the by-election, further adding that they had given the undue support to BJP and that all decisions would be collectively taken. As India celebrates the 126th birth anniversary of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, Union Sports Minister Anurag Thakur said that the British were afraid of Netaji, further adding that any freedom fighter took birth in India and that many freedom fighters took birth in India and that if our land could be free from the The Delhi Traffic Police has issued a traffic advisory in view of Republic Day. The Delhi
Congress leader Digvijay Singh has raised serious allegations on the government. The Congress leader says there is no proof of the 2016 surgical strikes and that the 2019 strikes as well. That's the Balasaheb strike. He was referring to the 2016 Pulwama strike when he said there was no proof shown in Parliament so far.
सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक की बात करते हैं कि हमने इतने लोग मार गिराए, लेकिन प्रमाण कुछ नहीं, केवल झूठ का पुलिंदा से ये राज कर रहे हैं.
BJP held a news conference to hit back at Digvijay Singh, saying that the Congress was responsible for making reckless comments and trying to break the morale of our forces.
पार्टी के वरिष्ठ नेता हैं दिग्विजय सिंह, उनका एक आपत्तिजनक बयान सभी चैनल पे चल रहा है और बड़े भारी मन से यह कहना पड़ रहा है कि कांग्रेस पार्टी का चरित्र भारत जोड़ो यात्रा तो नाम की है, भारत को तोड़ने का कार्य स्वयं राहुल गांधी और तमाम कांग्रेस के नेता उनके इशारे पर कर रहे हैं.
The BJP also slamming the Congress for questioning the armed forces and what the forces have said on record, adding that Congress was once again choosing to side with Pakistan and almost was sounding like Pakistan's mouthpiece.
Questioning the surgical strike and once again demanding proof of the surgical strike. The surgical strike has been announced by the DGMO. The world over has acknowledged that the surgical strike took place, including some people in Pakistan have also been forced to acknowledge. But the Congress party continues to say sometimes it is Khoon ki dalali, sometimes it is surgical strike, and today Digvijay Singh of the Congress party once again demands proof of surgical strike. This is the same Congress party which today again has tried to shift the blame of Pulwama from Pakistan onto India. And therefore the name of Congress party should not be INC, it should become PPP, Pak Parast Party.
Congress tried hard to distance itself from what Digvijay Singh had said, and that too on party platform. Congress's Jairam Ramesh said that the views expressed by Digvijay Singh were his own personal views and not those of the party. Terrorist group Islamic State, or the ISIS, in its propaganda magazine Voice of Khorasan has backed the PFI, which is now banned in India. The Islamic State propaganda magazine confirmed that the PFI had been killed, PFI activists rather, were killed while being part of the Islamic State in different parts of the world, saying placards of protest won't help and that they need to, trying to speak to the PFI, of course, saying that they need to revive their cadre through violence. Former Karnataka Chief Minister and Congress leader Siddaramaya's comments sparked a big controversy in Karnataka. Congress leader said that Savarkar was inspired by Hitler and gave birth to Hindutva in the country. After the former Karnataka Chief Minister and Congress leader Siddaramaya's comments on Savarkar, Republic tried questioning him, and take a look at the response given by the Congress party, which tried to heckle Republic and attack Republic instead.
Indirect dig at Hindutva stating that Hindutva also drew inspiration from. Sir, we have to go. We are now late. No, sir, we are asking a direct question. Randeep sir, 1 second, sir. 1 second, sir. We are asking a direct question, sir, to the former Chief Minister.
I know, my friend, you have an agenda of Republic Bharat, so please stop your agenda of Republic Bharat.
Is it also an indirect?
That was simply for being asked a question on Savarkar, by the way. Moving on, the portrait of Shiv Sena Supremo Bal Thackeray was commissioned by Chief Minister Eknath Shinde soon after he came to power and is ready. It's being unveiled as we speak at the Central Hall of Vidhan in Mumbai. Union Law Minister Kiran Rijiju emphasized on the need to have robust and independent judiciary. The Union Law Minister has said that the system will have to respond as per time and that no one should think that the system will not be questioned. A major power breakdown hit several cities in Pakistan, including Karachi, Lahore, Islamabad and Quetta, among others, at about 7:30 this morning due to a fault in a transmission line. The Pakistan Power Minister said that the grid failure followed a frequency variation in southern Pakistan. This is as Pakistan also faces a food and a fuel shortage as we speak. Some more stories from across the country now. MC Mary Kom, a champion boxer, will lead a 5-member oversight committee to probe the sexual harassment charges against Wrestling Federation of India President Brij Bhushan Charan Singh. The government-appointed committee will also run the day-to-day affairs of WFI for the next 1 month. Prime Minister Modi unveiled the model of the proposed memorial dedicated to Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose in Andaman and Nicobar Islands this morning while inaugurating the memorial. And the project, that is, the Prime Minister said that an attempt was made to suppress Netaji's contribution towards the freedom struggle.
21वीं सदी का ये समय देख रहा है कि कैसे जिन नेताजी सुभाष को आजादी के बाद भुला देने का प्रयास हुआ, आज देश उन्हीं नेताजी को पल पल याद कर रहा है.
In what seemed to be a historic move on Parakram Divas, Prime Minister Modi named 21 islands in Andaman and Nicobar after Paramveer Chakra awardees. Home Minister Amit Shah said that the initiative taken up by the government and the Prime Minister to name islands after Paramveer Chakra awardees was historic and that this will ensure that they are remembered forever.
57 की क्रांति के बाद जब अंग्रेजों ने निर्मम अत्याचार करना शुरू किया, तब यही भूमि पर हमारे क्रांतिवीरों को लाकर रखा, यही सेल्युलर जेल बनाया. उस वक्त हजारों निश्वास के साथ इस यातनाओं को सहन करने वाले हमारे स्वतंत्रता वीरों को इसी भूमि ने मां बनकर सांत्वना देने का काम किया. और आज मेरे जैसे कई लोग ऐसा मानते हैं ये सेल्युलर जेल नहीं है, आजादी के लड़ाई का ये बहुत बड़ा तीर्थस्थान है.
RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat paid tribute to Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, further adding that the goals of the organization and that of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose was similar in nature.
स्वतंत्रता के बाद के डॉक्टर वर्गीज कुरियन या डॉक्टर अब्दुल कलाम से लेकर तो हमारे स्वतंत्रता के पहले के सारे स्वतंत्र योद्धा ने जो कहा है सारा उसने उसी विचार को लेकर हम उसके अनुसार व्यवहार करने की गुणवत्ता उत्पन्न कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि ये देश के लिए आवश्यक है. ऐसा हमारे सब मनीषियों ने बताया है, सुभाष बाबू ने भी यह कहा है.
Boost to the Indian Navy, the 5th Kalvari class submarine of the Indian Navy, INS Vagir, has been commissioned. The submarine has been indigenously built, can be deployed both closer to the shore as well as mid-ocean. President of India Draupadi Murmu conferred the Pradhan Mantri Rashtriya Bal Puraskar 2023 to 11 exceptional children in an award ceremony which took place at Vigyan Bhavan. The Prime Minister also interacted with the awardees. He's going to do that rather tomorrow. Mizoram police detained a truck carrying cooking gas cylinders and seized 625 grams of heroin. The police in Mizoram said that the seized contraband was valued at 3.4 crore in the international market. The police arrested 3 men from Siliguri district in West Bengal in connection with a gun attack on a BMC contractor in Mumbai. The firing took place on the 9th of January. The accused have been taken to custody. This is the Mumbai police which made the arrest. 2 IEDs were recovered from a village in Rajouri in Jammu and Kashmir. A joint search operation of the security forces and Jammu and Kashmir police was held. Meanwhile, a case has been registered under Explosive Act. Getting in some more stories from across the country in an incident that came to light from Melbourne. This is the third of its kind. A temple was desecrated within 15 days. The third one at that, with Hindu hate and pro-Khalistan graffiti being painted. This is at Melbourne's Albert Park. The temple management found the walls of the temple vandalized, desecrated with anti-Hindu messages. A brawl broke out in Bengaluru after a customer was beaten up with sticks and rods by attendants. The victim alleged the cops initially refused to file a complaint against him. However, a case has now been registered. 4 people died and at least 6 injured when a crane suddenly collapsed during a temple festival in Ranipet district. The crane operator has been detained in connection with the accident. 3 people died after consuming spurious liquor in Siwan's Lakadi Nabiganj. This is in Bihar. 7 people are undergoing treatment now. The cause of death will be ascertained after the autopsy report is complete. 10 arrests have been made. Reacting to the liquor, that is illicit liquor related deaths, Congress's Prem Chandra Mishra said that the government in Bihar should adopt a measure that helps immediately controlling such deaths due to consumption of spurious liquor. The Congress in Bihar saying that the government must work towards strengthening the police department. A day after writer K.S. Bhagwan stoked a controversy by claiming that Valmiki Ramayana stated that Lord Ram used to sit with his wife Sita every afternoon and drink wine, Hindu outfits Bajrang Dal and Vishwa Hindu Parishad have registered a complaint against the writer. A mishap was reported in the metro premises in Bengaluru. A metro barricade fell on a car that was passing by while the car was completely damaged. No injuries were reported to any person or persons. The incident took place in Doddenalundi junction. An Air India Express flight with 105 passengers on board from Trivandrum to Muscat landed at Trivandrum Airport due to a technical issue in flight management systems. The flight later took off from Trivandrum and reached its destination safely. Massive fire broke out at a plastic factory in Bhavana. 15 fire engines were rushed to douse the fire. Investigation is underway to find out the exact cause. The Air Intelligence Unit of the Customs Department seized 1,978 grams of gold valued at about 85 lakh rupees from a passenger at the Kochi airport. The passenger has been identified as Abdul, a native of Mallappuram. Getting in more stories now from across the world. The suspect of the mass shooting in Monterey Park has died. The suspect shooter has been identified as a 72-year-old Hukan Tran who reportedly shot and died by suicide after the police surrounded the van he was travelling in. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov in South Africa addressed diplomatic talks with his counterpart amid heightened global tensions over the country's war with Ukraine.
As regards the specific situation between us and Ukraine, it is well known that we supported the proposal of Ukrainian side to negotiate early in the special military operation, and by the end of March in Istanbul, 2 delegations agreed on the principles to settle this conflict.
Prime Minister of Japan, Kishida, said his country faces the severest security environment in the region since the end of World War II and pledged to push a military build-up under a newly adopted security strategy over the next 5 years and beyond as well to tackle as he tackles rapidly declining birth rates so that the country can sustain national strength. Sally Azhar has become the first female Palestinian pastor in the Holy Land after she was ordained in a Lutheran church ceremony in Jerusalem. Azhar will head the English-speaking congregation at the Church of the Redeemer in Jordan and the Holy Land. Visitors braved sub-zero temperatures to visit temple fairs in Beijing on Monday, celebrating the second day of the week-long Chinese Lunar New Year holiday. People with a large family gathering visited temples after the government lifted its strict zero-COVID policy, marking the biggest festive celebration since the pandemic began 3 years ago. The Spanish police intercepted more than 3.5 million packets of contraband tobacco on Monday. Tobacco packets without a tax seal valued at several million euros and several thousand kilos of tobacco leaf with a value of more than 20 million euros were seized. German Foreign Minister said everything must be done to defend Ukraine. She further added that Putin's plan to destroy Ukraine has not deviated since the beginning of the war 11 months ago. Prime Minister of Israel Benjamin Netanyahu and his wife appeared in court to testify in a defamation suit, which was filed by his relative and former attorney David Shimron. The Chinese Center for Disease Control and Prevention on Saturday claimed that more than 12,000 patients had died with COVID-19 infection in just 7 days. It's the first time that the Chinese government has updated official death count in 7 days. European Union foreign ministers held talks with their Ukrainian counterpart Kuleba via video conferencing. The European ministers have continued their support, at least vocal support, for Ukraine as pressure mounts on Germany to allow battle tanks to be supplied to Kiev. Again, other big stories from the world of sports now. Prestigious moment for India. The ICC has named the Women's T20 I-Team of the Year 2022. India's opening batters like Smriti Mandhana and all-rounder Deepti Sharma and wicketkeeper batswoman Richa Ghosh have been named in the Team 11. It's a landmark moment for India as the International Cricket Council announced the men's T20 team of the year 2022, which includes batting stars like Virat Kohli, Suryakumar Yadav, all-rounder Hardik Pandya. As Australia eyes the Gavaskar Trophy, former Australia coach Darren Lehmann has revealed who he believes should partner Nathan Lyon and be the Aussies' second spin option for their upcoming tour of India. Novak Djokovic dropped just 5 games in his 4th round match with Alex de Minaur, winning as he cruised into the final 8 of the Australian Open on Monday. Bhubaneswar and Rourkela have commissioned a host of cultural events showcasing the best of the city. The experiences have been crafted around food, entertainment, storytelling and trails. Visitors can immerse themselves in performances from local musicians, storytellers and dance troupes. This is on the sidelines of the Hockey World Cup that's now underway. A Czech teenager, Linda Fruitova, was quick to shut down an attempt to compare her 15-year-old sibling Brenda to the Williams sisters after her fairy tale run at the Australian Open came to an end in the 4th round on Monday. She now faces Aryna Sabalenka for a place in the semi-finals. Aryna Sabalenka, meanwhile, overpowered Belinda Bencic 7-5. The world number 5 Aryna Sabalenka was happy defeating Belinda. She continued a perfect start to the year, said she hopes her current run of good form marks a new beginning for her. Canada defeated the United States 7-2 on Sunday to win the men's ice hockey gold medal and complete a sweep of the men's and women's titles on the final day of the competition at the 2023 FISU Winter World University Games in Lake Placid in New York. India made a shock exit from the Men's World Cup, the Hockey World Cup that is, after losing to New Zealand's crossover game in front of a relentlessly cheering 15,000 home crowd on Sunday. The loss ended India's hopes of a World Cup medal after 48 years.
News in brief, in what seems to be a big boost, in what has come as a big boost for the Indian Navy, a 5th Kalvari class submarine of the Indian Navy has been commissioned. It has been indigenously built. INS Wagir can be deployed both closer to the shore as well as mid-ocean. Prime Minister Modi virtually inaugurated a model of a proposed memorial dedicated to Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose in Andaman and Nicobar Islands to commemorate the freedom fighters' 126th birth anniversary. In a shocking incident, a 3rd Hindu temple was vandalized within 15 days with Hindu hate and pro-Khalistan graffiti in Melbourne's Albert Park. The ISKCON temple, also known as Hare Krishna Temple, is a well-known center of the Bhakti Yoga movement in Melbourne. The temple management found the walls of the revered temple vandalized with hate graffiti. Yet another mishap took place in the metro premises in Bengaluru. A metro barricade fell on a car that was passing by this area. While the car was completely damaged, no injuries were reported. The incident took place at Dodinoldi junction in Bengaluru. A verbal brawl took a violent turn in a bar in Bengaluru after a customer was thrashed with sticks and rods by attendants. The incident took place in the Manjunath Nagar area of Bengaluru. The victim alleged that the cops initially refused to file a complaint, citing it was only a bar brawl. 3 people died after allegedly drinking spurious liquor in Siwan's Bihar. 7 people are undergoing treatment. The cause of the death would be ascertained only after the autopsy report is complete. After meeting Annamalai at BJP's state headquarters in Chennai, OPS, speaking to Republic, said that the meeting was regarding the discussion on the by-election, further adding that they had given the undue support to BJP and that all decisions would be collectively taken. As India celebrates the 126th birth anniversary of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, Union Sports Minister Anurag Thakur said that the British were afraid of Netaji, further adding that any freedom fighter took birth in India and that many freedom fighters took birth in India and that if our land could be free from the Delhi Traffic Police has issued a traffic advisory in view of Republic Day. The Delhi Traffic Police has issued a traffic advisory in view of Republic Day parade. A full dress rehearsal that will take place today is taking place today as the country gears up for the celebrations. 23 tableaus, including 17 from states and union territories and 6 from ministries and departments, will roll down the Kartavya Path during the Republic Day parade on 26th of January.
भारत के प्रधानमंत्री जी की ये पहल कि अंडमान निकोबार द्वीप समूह के 21 बड़े द्वीपों को हमारे परमवीर चक्र विजेताओं के नाम के
ज्या व्यक्तीमुळे तुम्हाला ही इमारत बघायला मिळाली त्या हिंदुहृदय सम्राट शिवसेना प्रमुख माननीय बाळासाहेब ठाकरे यांच्या तैलचित्राचं आज अनावरण इथे होतंय. शेकड्याने लोक इथे आली. माननीय बाळासाहेबांनी त्यांना इथे पाठवलं. नार्वेकरजी, माझी अशी विनंती आहे की अशी 2 तैलचित्र अजून असावीत. एक विधान परिषदेच्या सभागृहात असावं आणि एक विधानसभेमध्ये खाली असावं, म्हणजे अनेकांना कळेल आपण कोणामुळे इथपर्यंत आलो. माननीय बाळासाहेबांबद्दल बोलायचं, मला मिळालेला सहवास हा कडेवरचा सहवास आहे, बोट धरून चालतानाचा सहवास आहे, व्यंगचित्र शिकतानाचा सहवास आहे, राजकारणामध्ये आलो तेव्हाचा सहवास आहे. त्याच्यामुळे सुरुवात कुठून करायची मला समजत नाही. पण जेव्हापासून मी त्यांना पाहिलं, मी ज्यावेळेला अगदी शिशुवर्गात होतो त्यावेळेला मला माननीय बाळासाहेब स्वतः गाडी चालवत मला शाळेतनं न्यायला यायचे. एक घरातली व्यक्ती, एक शिवसेना प्रमुख म्हणून एक व्यक्ती, एक व्यंगचित्रकार म्हणून एक व्यक्ती, अशा विविध अंग ही मी एका माणसामध्ये पाहत होतो लहानपणापासून.
I've seen many facets of Balasaheb Thackeray since my childhood as a cartoonist.
मी मध्यंतरी एक माझं मी म्हटलं होतं ना की वारसा हा वास्तूचा नसतो, हा विचारांचा असतो.
Legacy is not about is not by birth but it is by ideology.
जपलं असेल तर तो विचारांचा वारसा जपलाय.
Whatever I have nurtured, whatever I have preserved, the heritage that I have preserved of Balasaheb Thackeray, it's about his ideology.
नाही, त्यांच्या तर काही गोष्टी तालांकडून सांगितल्या, त्या काही गोष्टी त्यांना सांगता येणार नाहीत, त्या वेगळ्या. मला ह्युमर म्हणून, विनोद म्हणून काही गोष्टी सांगता येणार नाहीत, पण तरी मी काही सांगेन, मला जशा आठवतील तशा मी सांगेन त्या गोष्टी. पण हा माणूस कसा होता, किती कुठच्या गोष्टींमध्ये मुलायम होता, कुठच्या गोष्टींमध्ये हा माणूस कडवट होता. जी गोष्ट मी लहानपणापासून एक कसं असतं, संस्कार करत नसतो कोणी माणूस.
I would like to share my
कृती घडत
experiences with
असताना ते
Balasaheb
संस्कार होत
Thackeray as
असताना
much
ते
as I
वेचायचे
can.
असतात. ते संस्कार मी वेचत गेलो लहानपणापासून. मी अनेकदा माझ्या भाषणामध्ये मी म्हटलं की मी अत्यंत एक कडवट मराठी आहे.
I have always said that I am
आणि
a
मी
very
माझं
hardcore and a bitter
माझा
Marathi.
जन्म एका कडवट मराठी घरामध्ये झालेला आहे आणि एका हिंदुत्ववादी घरामध्ये झालेला आहे. हे कडवट मराठी पण हे मला लहानपणापासून पाहायला मिळालं, आजूबाजूला बघायला मिळालं, बाळासाहेबांच्या बोलण्यातनं ऐकायला मिळालं. आणि त्या बाबतीत हा माणूस बाहेर वेगळा आणि आतमध्ये वेगळा असा कधीच नव्हता.
QS&THE, the world's foremost university rankings organizations, have ranked Amity amongst the top 3% universities globally, making it among the very few Indian universities to be included in both rankings. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
आग को फैलने से रोकना मुश्किल है, पर नामुमकिन नहीं। अब फायरवॉल टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम आग से बचाए।
News in brief, in what seems to be a big boost, in what has come as a big boost for the Indian Navy, a 5th Kalvari class submarine of the Indian Navy has been commissioned. It has been indigenously built. INS Wagir can be deployed both closer to the shore as well as mid-ocean. Prime Minister Modi virtually inaugurated a model of a proposed memorial dedicated to Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose in Andaman and Nicobar Islands to commemorate the freedom fighters' 126th birth anniversary. In a shocking incident, a third Hindu temple was vandalized within 15 days with Hindu hate and pro-Khalistan graffiti in Melbourne's Albert Park. The ISKCON temple, also known as Hare Krishna Temple, is a well-known center of the Bhakti Yoga movement in Melbourne. The temple management found the walls of the revered temple vandalized with hate graffiti. Yet another mishap took place in the metro premises in Bengaluru. A metro barricade fell on a car that was passing by this area. While the car was completely damaged, no injuries were reported. The incident took place at Dodinaldi junction in Bengaluru. A verbal brawl took a violent turn in a bar in Bengaluru after a customer was thrashed with sticks and rods by attendants. The incident took place in the Manjunath Nagar area of Bengaluru. The victim alleged that the cops initially refused to file a complaint, citing it was only a bar brawl. 3 people died after allegedly drinking spurious liquor in Siwan's Bihar. 7 people are undergoing treatment. The cause of the death would be ascertained only after the autopsy report is complete. After meeting Annamalai at BJP's state headquarters in Chennai, OPS, speaking to Republic, said that the meeting was regarding the discussion on the by-election, further adding that they had given the undue support to BJP and that all decisions would be collectively taken. As India celebrates the 126th birth anniversary of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, Union Sports Minister Anurag Thakur said that the British were afraid of Netaji, further adding that any freedom fighter took birth in India and that many freedom fighters took birth in India and that if our land could be free from the The Delhi Traffic Police has issued a traffic advisory in view of Republic Day. The Delhi Traffic Police has issued a traffic advisory in view of Republic Day parade. A full dress rehearsal that will take place today is taking place today as the country gears up for the celebrations. 23 tableaus, including 17 from states and union territories and 6 from ministries and departments, will roll down the Kartavya Path during the Republic Day parade on 26th of January.
भारत के प्रधानमंत्री जी की ये पहल कि अंडमान निकोबार द्वीप समूह के 21 बड़े द्वीपों को हमारे परमवीर चक्र विजेताओं के नाम के साथ जोड़कर उनकी स्मृति को जब तक ये पृथ्वी रहेगी तब तक चिरंजीव करने का ये प्रयास मैं मानता हूं। तीनों सेनाओं के लिए बहुत बड़ा उत्साहवर्धन करने वाला है। आज पराक्रम दिन है, नेताजी की 123वीं जयंती है। इस कार्यक्रम के साथ साथ जहां पर नेताजी रहे थे वो सुभाष द्वीप पर आज उनका स्मारक बनाने का भी निर्णय किया गया है। ये दोनों कार्यक्रम, ये दोनों निर्णय देश के प्रधानमंत्री के निर्णय अंडमान निकोबार।
बाबरी मशीद पडली हे कळलं होतं। 1.5-2 तासानंतर एक फोन आला, मला असं वाटतं टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया बंद का कुठून तरी एक फोन आला आणि त्यांनी बाळासाहेबांना प्रश्न विचारला की इथे कोणी जबाबदारी घ्यायला तयार नाहीयेत, पण सुंदरलाल भंडारी असं म्हणतायत भारतीय जनता पक्षाचे की हे काय गोष्ट ही आमच्या भाजपच्या लोकांनी काही केलेली नाहीये किंवा आम्ही कोणी केलेली नाहीये, ही कदाचित शिवसैनिकांनी केली असेल। मी होतो तिथे, मी तुम्हाला सांगतोय, आणि त्या क्षणाला बाळासाहेब बोलले जर ते माझे शिवसैनिक असतील तर मला त्यांचा अभिमान वाटतो। प्रश्न असा आहे की या त्या वेळेला, त्या क्षणाला एक जबाबदारी अंगावरती घेणं ही किती महत्वाची गोष्ट होती। पण तुम्हाला अशा अनेक प्रसंग माझ्या डोळ्यासमोर घडलेले आहेत, आमच्या घरात घडलेले आहेत, अशा अनेक प्रसंग आहेत। तो माणूस जेवढा कठोर होता, कडवट होता, मी तुम्हाला मगाशी बोललो तेवढाच मुलायम होता, तेवढा साधा होता। त्यांचे विनोद काही काही तर सांगता पण येणार नाहीत। मला असं आठवतंय, लहान होतो, आमचे आजोबा जेव्हा गेले त्याच्यानंतर मला असं वाटतं एक 74-75 सालची गोष्ट असेल, आमचा पोर्तुगीज चर्चला आमच्या आजोबांचा पुतळा बसवला होता। वसंतदादा पाटील त्यावेळेला त्या पुतळ्याच्या अनावरणाला होते आणि त्या पुतळ्याचं अनावरण झालं, सगळं झालं, मग सगळ्यांची दादांची वर भाषण झाली, बाळासाहेबांचं भाषण सुरू झालं।
Raj Thackeray is talking about an incident from 1975 when his grandfather Prabodhankar Thackeray's statue was being launched in Mumbai.
त्याच्या आधी पाहिला असतं तर बरं झालं असतं, कारण हा पुतळा माझ्या वडिलांपेक्षा, मधुदंडोतींच्या वडिलांच्या पेक्षा जास्त चांगला दिसतोय पडे। त्याचा ह्युमर कुठे कसा जागा होईल ना, काही नेम नसायचा। मला एकदा एकाच फक्त नाव घेऊ शकतो, कारण ते नाव सांगितलं नाही तर तुम्हाला कळणार नाही, मजा येणार नाही। पण एका व्यक्तीच्या घरी ते पु ल देशपांडेंचा वाद जेव्हा झाला होता, तो वाद झाल्यानंतर मी एकदा पुलंना भेटून बाहेर पडलो, बाळासाहेबांना फोन केला, म्हटलं असं असं आहे, म्हटलं मला असं वाटतं की पुलंना तू भेटलं पाहिजेस, कारण म्हटलं मला तब्येत खूप खराब दिसते, मला बोलले मुंबईला ये मग आपण बोलू। गेलो, मग त्याच्यानंतर एक आठवड्याभराने आम्ही पुलंकडे गेलो, सकाळी गेलो, पोचलो वगैरे सगळं झालं। मला म्हणाले संध्याकाळी आपल्याला एका ठिकाणी जेवायला जायचं।
Saying that we went, Balasaheb Thackeray and I went to meet Pula Deshpande after the certain controversy.
आम्ही दोघेच जण होतो। बाळासाहेब म्हणाले, अरे काय तुमच्या काय बिअर काय आहे की नाही काय? अरे हो विसरलोच, म्हणून आतमध्ये गेला। आतमध्ये गेल्या गेल्या बाळासाहेब बोललो, 4-5 जणांकडे तरी बोलो बाहेरून, हा पकवणार। मग मी भीमसेन अण्णांना फोन केला, ते म्हणाले मी 1 पाऊण तासात येतो। मग मी रवी परांजपेकांना फोन केला, ते म्हणाले मी 1 तासात येतो। अजून 2-4 जणांना मी फोन केले, सगळेजण बोलले मी 1 पाऊण तासात येतो, अर्ध्या तासात येतो वगैरे वगैरे। माफ करा मी नाव घेतोय, पण मला नाव घेतलं पाहिजे, कारण नाव जर घेतलं नाही तर तो विनोदच पूर्ण होत नाही। बीजी शिर्केंना फोन केला, बीजी शिर्के मोठे उद्योगपती, मला माहिती असतील, त्यांना फोन केला, ते समोरच राहायचे तिकडे। ते म्हणाले की 5 मिनिटात आलो। मग ते आणि त्यांचा मुलगा दोघेजण आले, बसले, मग सगळ्या चर्चा सुरू झाल्या आणि बऱ्याचदा बाळासाहेबांचा असा विषय असा कुठेतरी यायचा, मग त्यांचं ते सकाळी त्यांना ते सुरू व्हायचं, सकाळी निघता येत नाही मला तर टॉयलेटला जावं लागतं, आणि मग टॉयलेट असा सगळा विषय निघाला। त्याच्यावरती बीजी शिर्केंनी त्यांना सांगितलं की बाळासाहेब तुम्ही सकाळी रात्री काय ते घेतात ते इसाबगुल, ते इसाबगुल का नाही घेत? तर बाळासाहेब बोलले की का हो, ते बोले मी रोज रात्री 5 चमचे घेतो. बाळासाहेब बोले 5 चमचे? हो म्हणे, गेली 25-30 वर्ष झाली मी 5 चमचे घेतो. मग सकाळी काय सिपोरेक्स का? अच्छा, हे आईच्या वेळेला कुठून येईल हे त्यांचं काही सांगता यायचं नाही. बरं, असे इतके अनेक प्रसंग आहेत की जे मला तुमच्याशी बोलता पण येणार नाही जाहीररित्या. म्हणजे मी अनेक लहानपणापासून गोष्टी बघितल्या. पराभव झालेले अनेक लोक यायचे, रडत यायचे, त्यांना सांभाळणारे बाळासाहेब.
For many years, I have seen Balasaheb taking care of people who have been defeated in
वेगवेगळ्या
elections as well.
पर्सनॅलिटी ज्या वेळेला यायच्या त्यांच्याबरोबर कसे बोलणारे बाळासाहेब, सगळं मी लहानपणापासून पाहत आलो आणि एक विलक्षण व्यक्तिमत्व मी लहानपणापासून पाहत आलो.
Since childhood, I
त्यांच्याबरोबर
have
वावरलो.
seen the dynamic personality
त्यांचा
of
सहवास
Balasaheb
मला
Thackeray.
मिळाला. मला असं वाटतं की
I have been on many tours with him.
मी खरंच सांगतो, त्या लहानपणापासून त्यांच्याबरोबर वावरल्यामुळे मी त्या गोष्टी ज्या पाहू शकलो, ते पाहू शकल्यानंतर देखील म्हणूनच मी एक स्वतःचा राजकीय पक्ष काढू शकलो, नाही तर माझी हिंमत
Because I
झाली
have
नसती.
seen Balasaheb Thackeray since my childhood, I have been capable of forming my own
त्याच्यामुळे यश आलं तरी
political
हुरळून
party.
जात नाही, पराभव झालं तरी खचून जात नाही. या सगळ्या का? तर हे
And
लहानपणापासून
because I have
बाळासाहेबांना
seen
पाहत आलो.
Balasaheb Thackeray since my childhood, I have been resilient and I haven't been discouraged by failure.
याच बाळासाहेबांवरती मी फोटोबायोग्राफी, त्यांची पुस्तक त्यांचं मी प्रकाशित केलं होतं. बाहेर लागले फोटो बरेचसे त्यातलेच आहेत. ते पुस्तक देखील मी काढताना, निर्माण करताना मी जवळपास एक 17-18 हजार फोटो पाहिले होते आणि त्यातले जवळपास फक्त 700-800 फोटो मी निवडले त्या पुस्तकामध्ये. आणि सगळा आलेख बाळासाहेबांचा मला असं वाटतं की त्याच्यामध्ये आलेला आहे, आणलेला आहे. आणि हेच मी जे लहानपणापासून पाहत आलो, बघत आलो, हीच मला असं वाटतं माझ्यासाठी मी मनापासून तेव्हा बाळासाहेब होते, पण मी आज ही गोष्ट बोलू शकतो की तीच माझी श्रद्धांजली. आज माननीय बाळासाहेबांचं तैलचित्र इथे लागतं आहे, या विधान भवनात लागतं आहे. या विधान भवनामध्ये त्यांनी इतके त्यांचे शिलेदार ज्या पाठवले, त्या बाळासाहेबांचं तैलचित्र आज इथे लागतं आहे. त्याबद्दल मी नार्वेकर आणि त्यांच्या सर्व सहकाऱ्यांचं, मुख्यमंत्री उपमुख्यमंत्र्यांचं मी अभिनंदन करतो, आभार मानतो आणि आपण सर्वांची रजा घेतो. धन्यवाद. जय हिंद, जय महाराष्ट्र.
For putting up a portrait of Balasaheb Thackeray in the assembly.
धन्यवाद माननीय राजसाहेब.
नंतर हे अनावरण घ्यायचं.
मैदानाशिवाय इतके चौकार षटकार श्री दिलीप वेंगसरकर यांनी प्रथमच पाहिले असतील असं मला वाटतं राजसाहेबांच्या माध्यमातून. यानंतर ज्या क्षणाची आपण सर्वजण आतुरतेने वाट पाहतो, तो सोहळा आता या क्षणी या ठिकाणी सुरू होतोय. माननीय मुख्यमंत्री आणि माननीय उपमुख्यमंत्री महोदयांना मी विनंती करतो की त्यांनी दूरनियंत्रकाच्या सहाय्याने हिंदू हृदय सम्राट माननीय बाळासाहेब ठाकरे यांच्या तैलचित्राचं अनावरण करावं.
Unveiled by the Chief Minister and the Deputy Chief Minister.
धन्यवाद. अत्यंत मंगलमयी वातावरणात या तैलचित्राचं अनावरण झालेलं आहे. आपण सर्वजण आज खरोखरच धन्य झालो आहोत. एका ऐतिहासिक सोहळ्याचे आपण प्रत्यक्ष साक्षीदार झालो आहोत. महाराष्ट्र विधानमंडळाच्या इतिहासातला आजचा हा मंगलमय सोहळा आपण सर्वांच्याच चिरस्मरणात राहील यात तिळमात्रही शंका नाही.
Unveiled in the central hall of Maharashtra Assembly.
ज्या चित्रकारांनी अतिशय मेहनतीने हिंदू हृदय सम्राट माननीय बाळासाहेब ठाकरे यांचं तैलचित्र आपल्या प्रतिभेने कुंचला आणि रंगाच्या सहाय्याने साकारलं त्या चित्रकारांचा माननीय मुख्यमंत्री आणि माननीय उपमुख्यमंत्री महोदय यांनी सत्कार करावा अशी मी विनंती करतो. चित्रकार श्री किशोर नादावडेकर यांनी कृपया व्यासपीठ व्हावे.
The artist who painted this portrait of Balasaheb Thackeray is now being honored by the Chief Minister and the Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra.
माननीय मुख्यमंत्री महोदय आणि माननीय उपमुख्यमंत्री महोदय यांनी हिंदू हृदय सम्राट माननीय बाळासाहेब ठाकरे यांचं तैलचित्र मध्यवर्ती सभागृहात बसवण्यात यावं असं निवेदन विधानसभेचे अध्यक्ष ॲडव्होकेट राहुलजी नार्वेकर यांना ऑगस्ट पावसाळी अधिवेशन 2022 सादर केलं होतं. या निवेदनातून अभिव्यक्त झालेली तमाम हिंदुत्व प्रेमींची जनसामान्यांची भावना लक्षात घेऊन त्याच अधिवेशनात अनुकूल प्रतिसाद देत
had instructed the speaker to put up this portrait in August.
विधानसभेचे माननीय अध्यक्ष राहुलजी नार्वेकर यांना मी विनंती करतो की या क्षणी त्यांनी आपलं मनोगत व्यक्त करावं.
Rahul Narvekar, the Speaker of Maharashtra Assembly, has been invited on the stage to speak.
नमस्कार. हिंदू हृदय सम्राट शिवसेना प्रमुख वंदनीय बाळासाहेब ठाकरे यांच्या तैलचित्राच्या अनावरणाच्या ऐतिहासिक सोहळ्यास व्यासपीठावर उपस्थित असणारे महाराष्ट्र राज्याचे सन्मान्य मुख्यमंत्री श्री एकनाथ शिंदे साहेब, महाराष्ट्र राज्याचे सन्मान्य उपमुख्यमंत्री देवेंद्रजी फडणवीस साहेब, विधान परिषदेचे सन्मान्य उपसभापती नीलमताई गोरे, विधानसभेचे सन्मान्य उपाध्यक्ष नरहरी झिरवळ साहेब, महाराष्ट्र नवनिर्माण सेनेचे अध्यक्ष सन्मान्य राजसाहेब ठाकरे, विधान परिषदेचे विरोधी पक्षनेते सन्मान्य अंबादास दानवेजी, विधानसभेचे विरोधी पक्षनेते सन्मान्य अजित पवार साहेब व सन्मान्य शालेय शिक्षण व मराठी भाषा मंत्री दीपक केसरकर साहेब, कीर्तिकर साहेब, रामदास भाई, त्याचप्रमाणे नाना, या सभागृहात उपस्थित असणारे सर्व आजी माजी विधानसभा विधान परिषद सदस्य, लोकसभा राज्यसभा मधले सदस्य, मोठ्या संख्येने आलेले सर्व संपादक, त्याचप्रमाणे विशेष करून इकडे गेलं तास दीड तास विशेष काही समजलं नसलं तरी सन्माननीय वंदनीय बाळासाहेब ठाकरेंना मानवंदना अर्पित करण्यासाठी उपस्थित विविध देशातील काउन्सिल जनरल्स, I sincerely appreciate your presence here today, and we are grateful to you for your presence in honoring beloved leader of this state and this nation, Honorable Balasaheb Thackeray. खरं तर महाराष्ट्र विधिमंडळातील मध्यवर्ती सभागृहात आज या ऐतिहासिक क्षणाचे साक्षीदार म्हणून उपस्थित असलेल्या सर्वांचे स्वागत करताना मला अत्यंत आनंद होत आहे. वंदनीय बाळासाहेब ठाकरे यांच्या तैलचित्राचे अनावरण आत्ताच पार पडले आहे. आज इकडे सांगताना मला अत्यंत अभिमान वाटतो की आज या व्यासपीठावर उभं राहून आपल्या सर्वांना संबोधित मी जेव्हा करत आहे तो हा क्षण माझ्या जीवनात आला आहे तो वंदनीय बाळासाहेब ठाकरेंमुळे.
It brings me great pride to tell you that this moment, my political journey, this moment in my life is only because of Balasaheb Thackeray.
महान नेत्याच्या नेतृत्वाखाली त्यांच्या छत्रछायेखाली समाजकारण राजकारण करण्याची संधी मला प्राप्त झाली.
I was given an opportunity to enter into the world of politics only because of Balasaheb Thackeray.
हे बाळकडू माझ्यासारख्या कार्यकर्त्यांच्या हृदयात पेरले.
Just like me, he has taught the philosophy of 80% social work and 20% political work to many of the to his political cadre.
राष्ट्रीय पातळीवरती मांडण्याची संधी दिली. म्हणूनच मला वाटतं आज
Balasaheb Thackeray had given me the opportunity to present parties' views on a national platform.
बाळासाहेबांबद्दल या आधी पण अनेक मान्यवरांनी त्यांचे अनुभव आपल्यासमोर व्यक्त केले. यानंतरही सन्मान्य मुख्यमंत्री सन्मान्य उपमुख्यमंत्री आपलं मनोगत व्यक्त करणार आहेत. मला बोलायचं खूप काही होतं पण वेळेची मर्यादा आहे. आपला कार्यक्रम जवळजवळ 1-1.25 तास आता जास्त पुढे ढकलला गेला आहे. त्यामुळे विशेष काही बोलणार नाही पण एवढंच सांगतो की आज बाळासाहेब होते म्हणूनच हा महाराष्ट्र या स्थितीत आपल्याला दिसत आहे. हा महाराष्ट्र अखंड राहिला आहे आणि या महाराष्ट्राची प्रगती जी दिवसेंदिवस होत आहे ती सन्मान्य वंदनीय बाळासाहेबांच्या विचारातूनच होत आहे असं सांगताना मला अत्यंत आनंद आहे. बाळासाहेबांबद्दल टीकाकार अनेक वेळा असं म्हणायचे की बाळासाहेबांची कार्यपद्धती अथवा बाळासाहेबांची आयडिओलॉजी ही नॉन डेमोक्रॅटिक आहे, नॉन सेक्युलर आहे. पण जे असं म्हणायचे त्यांना कधी बाळासाहेब समजलेच नाही असं मी आज सांगू. संपूर्ण अधिकार आपल्या हातात असतानाही संपूर्ण ताकद आपल्या हातात असतानाही साधं महापौरपद किंवा मुख्यमंत्रीपद हे कधी त्यांनी स्वतःसाठी किंवा आपल्या परिवारासाठी ठेवलं नाही तर सामान्यातल्या सामान्य शिवसैनिकावर विश्वास ठेवून हे पद शिवसैनिकांना सातत्याने. आपण
Balasaheb Thackeray ensured that there was no dynasty and all party cadre were given equal opportunities.
त्याचप्रमाणे आपण अनेक वेळा ह्याच टीकाकारांनी अशी टीका केली की बाळासाहेब हे नॉन सेक्युलर आहे. मी आपल्याला सांगू इच्छितो बाळासाहेबांनी एवढा सेक्युलर नेता कदाचितच दिसू नये.
There have been allegations that Balasaheb Thackeray is non-secular, but I can tell you that he is the most, that there is nobody more secular than Balasaheb Thackeray.
हिंदुस्थानाच्या इंटरेस्टच्या विरोधात वागणं हे कदापि त्यांना मान्य नाही.
Balasaheb Thackeray never tolerated any actions that were against the interests of India.
समूहासाठी काही करण्यासाठी त्यांना आपुलकी दाखवण्यासाठी आपल्याकडे आकर्षित करण्यासाठी जर का आपण बहुसंख्य समाजाच्या भावना दुखवणार असाल त्यांचा हक्क मारणार असाल तर निश्चितपणे मी या विचाराच्या विरोधात राहीन. परंतु त्यांनी कधीच कुठच्याही धर्माविषयी कुठच्याही समाजाविषयी दुजाभाव केला नाही, कुठच्याही व्यक्तीस अपमानित केलं नाही आणि निश्चितपणे यातून त्यांच्यामधला सेक्युलर गुण आपल्याला दिसून येते. बांधवांनो, आज इकडे उभं राहून ह्या कार्यक्रमातून विधिमंडळामार्फत, तुमच्या सर्वांमार्फत, महाराष्ट्रामार्फत ह्या तैलचित्राचं अनावरण करून आपण एक छोटीशी मानवंदना या थोर नेत्यांना अर्पित करत आहोत. याबद्दल हा क्षण माझ्या राजकीय आणि सामाजिक जीवनातला सर्वात मोठा क्षण आहे असं मी आपल्या सर्वांना सांगू इच्छितो.
This is the biggest moment in my political career.
आज इकडे अनेक काही बोलायचं होतं, परंतु वेळेची मर्यादा ओळखून मी एवढंच सांगू इच्छितो की आज हा क्षण वास्तव्यात आणण्यासाठी मी सन्मान्य मुख्यमंत्री एकनाथजी शिंदे, सन्मान्य उपमुख्यमंत्री देवेंद्रजी फडणवीस यांचे मनापासून आभार व्यक्त करू इच्छितो. पावसाळी अधिवेशनात जुलै महिन्यात मला वाटतं शिंदेसाहेब आपलं सरकार आपण स्थापन केलं आणि त्वरित अध्यक्षांकडे
I would like to thank the Chief Minister and the Deputy Chief Minister. As soon as the government was formed in July, this decision to put up the oil painting was taken.
असं निवेदन माझ्याकडे केलं. त्याबद्दल मी विधिमंडळातील सर्व सदस्य आणि अखंड महाराष्ट्रातले सर्व रहिवासी आपले अभिनंदन करू इच्छितात, आपले आभार मानू इच्छितात. आजच्या या कार्यक्रमासाठी माझं मनोगत पूर्ण करण्यापूर्वी मी इकडे शाहीर साबळे यांच्या 4 ओळी वाचून दाखवू इच्छितो, जे ह्या कार्यक्रमातून सन्मान्य वंदनीय हिंदू हृदय सम्राट बाळासाहेब ठाकरे यांना एक छोटीशी आपल्या सर्वांतर्फे आदरांजली आहे असं मी समजतो. काळालाही जिंकून गेले इथले प्रज्ञावान, मानवतेचे समतेचे तू एकच
written by Marathi poet Shahir Sabre.
तुझ्या विसंबे अखंड हिंदुस्तान, माझे राष्ट्र महान, जय जय महाराष्ट्र महान. धन्यवाद. जय हिंद, जय महाराष्ट्र.
धन्यवाद अध्यक्ष महोदय. यानंतर महाराष्ट्र राज्याचे कल्पक, कार्यक्षम आणि कर्तबगार उपमुख्यमंत्री श्री देवेंद्रजी फडणवीस यांनी आपली मनोगत व्यक्त करावं अशी मी त्यांना विनंती करतो.
हिंदू हृदय सम्राट, शिवसेना प्रमुख वंदनीय बाळासाहेब ठाकरे यांच्या जयंतीच्या निमित्ताने त्यांना अभिवादन करतो. आणि आज त्याच जयंतीचं औचित्य साधून या ठिकाणी होणाऱ्या तैलचित्र अनावरण प्रसंगी मंचावर उपस्थित महाराष्ट्राचे लोकप्रिय मुख्यमंत्री आदरणीय एकनाथ शिंदेजी, विधानसभेचे अध्यक्ष ॲडव्होकेट राहुल नार्वेकरजी, केंद्रीय मंत्री नारायणराव